What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Inside the LPGA podcast. This episode is special for many reasons, but we have to start with the most obvious. I am joined by the iconic Pat Bradley. Pat, thank you so much for joining me. This is a very busy week for you, being in Massachusetts. You know, you're from here, and obviously we have an awesome tournament here at TPC Boston, but how's it going? How excited are you to be here at TPC Boston in a very special room, which we'll get to in a minute?
Yes, Hope. Well, thank you very much. Welcome to the Northeast. Yes, this is a special week for me. I grew up in Massachusetts, not far from TPC. And to be able to enjoy this tournament, FM is a great sponsor. They've done many things for these young players, and I'll be able to watch their talents and their skills, and I can't wait. Yeah. This is a great course for them to test themselves.
Yeah, this course is amazing. We have to start with the most obvious topic to talk about, and that is the room that we're sitting in. So for anyone listening to this podcast, some people will be watching it. We are in a perfectly blue, like baby blue room, and this is the Pat Bradley room. This is incredible. I mean, I could spend hours in here just looking at everything, and it makes perfect sense why Mass Golf wanted to do this. But what was your reaction when they approached you wanting to have a whole room dedicated to you?
Yes, Hope. I was thrilled. I was over the moon that my collection would be here at Mass Golf in this room that they built for me. It's just incredible. And to have all my trophies and my memorabilia together, you know, Massachusetts Boston is a terrific team town. Mm-hmm. Bruins, Celtics, you know, Patriots, Red Sox. And when I was doing my journey in golf, you know, I'm alone. I was an individual. Totally. And so not many people knew my journey. Mm-hmm. And having this room and people coming through it and seeing what I have done, they're going to say, you know, Pat Bradley did a lot of things. She did all right for herself. So it's just nice to know that for eternity, my collection will be together. And the nice thing about it is, Hope, is across the hall from here is the great Frances Ouimet. Down the hall is the Curtis sisters, and of course behind me is the Donald Ross. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have some great late night chats with these people, and we're going to talk about our journey in the game.
That's amazing.
So it is amazing, and I am grateful to Mass Golf for putting this together. And I knew this was a special room when I saw crown molding. You know, not every build out has crown molding.
That's so true.
And they wanted this to feel like a room in my home, and they hit it perfectly.
I love that. I hear that they even let you pick the wall color, the paint.
I did. My favorite color is blue.
There you go. And your shirt, for people watching, same color. So
yes. So and it really, you know, it really lights up everything. And so I'm very, very honored and pleased to be here.
Yeah. Let's talk about your favorite thing in the room. There's a lot of things to see. A lot of trophies, a lot of bags, a lot of everything. Yes. So what's your favorite part of the room?
Well, the most favorite part of my room is my case behind me, where I have my 6 majors encased and protected. My 3 Canadians, the Chevron Championship, the KPMG LPGA Championship, and of course the Women's U.S. Open that I won in 1981. Yeah. So it's very, very, very special. And I have my Solheim bag, my captain's bag, not far. And then I have a wall of trophies behind me, which my 31 wins are encased in that trophy in behind us.
And I want to talk about the bell as well.
Yes.
I've heard the story many times, but I want to hear it from you, the person that was making the bell ring. It has to do with your mom, right?
Yes.
She would ring it. So tell us what the bell is and just the backstory.
Yes. My mom made a simple bell famous. My very first tournament I won was in Melbourne, Australia. It was the Colgate Far East. And of course, with the time change, I had called home in Massachusetts, and it was like 4 a.m. And my folks were so excited that I had won. They couldn't sleep. They went downstairs. They go, well, how do we celebrate? How do we celebrate? Well, there was a decorative Swiss chalet bell by the fireplace. Mother grabbed it. We lived on 60 Main Street in Westford, Mass. She went out onto the front porch, started ringing this bell. The neighbors' lights all lit up, going, oh my gosh, okay, what's going on? Everything okay? No, Pat just won her first tournament on the LPGA Tour. So from that moment on, my mom rang this bell, and it is here with me in memory of her love for me, and wanting everyone to know that I had won on the LPGA Tour.
That's awesome. So when the neighbors would hear the bell ring, they're like,
They automatically knew.
they're like, Pat won.
Pat won this day.
And she rung that bell a lot. So.
She did.
Because you won a lot. But the year that I really want to talk about is 1986. That was such a special year for you. Career Grand Slam. That's the year you achieved it. So when you reflect back on that year, what was it? Was it things just clicking?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, you won so many times. So would you say that was the most special year in your career?
It was that, Hope. I mean, I had been playing well. I had won tournaments, but I had never been number one on the LPGA Tour.
Wow, I didn't
I
realize
had never
that.
been a Rolex Player of the Year. I had never been a Bear Trophy winner. And I had tried and wanted it badly. So 1986 was my year. I made everything I looked at. I had players scratching their heads. How did Pat get it up and down from here? My brother Tom said to me, Pat, you can get it up and down from a locked automobile. So I did. I made everything. And I won 3 out of the 4 majors. You know that old saying, if, would've, could've? Well, that could have been a Grand Slam year. I shot 75 the first round of a women's open, which I needed to make it the Grand Slam. And, of course, that old saying, you can't win it on Thursday, but you can lose it.
Right.
And I kind of shot myself in the foot on that Thursday. But I fought back. I missed the playoff by 2 strokes. Jane Geddes won it in a playoff. But I had won 5 events that year. And again, it was fate. It was my year come hell or high water. No matter what anybody did, I was going to do one better to be Player of the Year that year. And I just wanted it once. And lo and behold, in 1991, I was Player of the Year again. So it was a great run, but 86 was my year.
I bet. So it was like mind over matter a little bit.
It was.
Yeah.
I was bound and determined to have it my year, and I separated myself so much that it was meant to be.
The LPGA, which this is just incredible, but it's been around for 75 years.
Yes.
When you reflect back on all of the memories and how much you've seen it grow, how proud are you to be a part of something like the LPGA and be able to see it grow how it has?
I am thrilled. I mean, if it wasn't for our 13 incredible founders, they were wonderful women who did not take no for an answer, who worked hard, persevered. If it wasn't for them, there would not be me.
Yeah.
There would not be Nellie. There would not be Megan Kang or Lydia Ko. So we owe so much to our founders. And when I joined the tour in '74, the tour was only 25 years old. It was still very young, still looking for their footing. And here we're going to celebrate 75 years, and to see where it has come. That old saying, the generation before me left it in great stead for me to be successful. And my generation left it in great stead for the Nellie Quarters and those young ladies to be successful. And I know they're going to pay it forward and be great for the generations for the future. So I'm just thrilled to be a small part of this. But it's our founders. It's those 13 wonderful women that have made this moment for me.
Yeah, we definitely owe it all to them, or we wouldn't be sitting here.
Exactly.
So when you look back on your rookie year, which was what,
74.
74. Okay, that's what I thought. I was going to say 74, 75. What are some things that you all had to do that now players, if they had to do it, it'd be like, whoa, what?
Oh, boy. Well, I remember distinctly many players going to the 18th green, the scorer's tent, and the treasurer was writing out their checks right
What?
there, so they could go to the pro shop, cash their check, and head to the next event.
That's
There was no
crazy.
direct deposit
That's true.
in my day. I mean, I would get phone calls from my family going, Pat, will you send home some of your checks? Because I waited till I got a little bundle,
Right.
and then I would send it home. But
To
no,
cash them.
and of course
Wow.
the women back in the day, they set the course, they did the water hazard linings, they did it all.
Wow.
But I do remember that players would wait in line to get their check right there at 18.
That is so crazy.
It
So you could
was.
get paid day of. If
Yes,
wanted
you
to.
did.
Wow.
Some players needed that day
Yeah,
off in order
exactly.
to get to the next event. So
Wow.
we have come a long way. And you know, we played in Tucson, Arizona, and the tournament prize money was a total of $35,000. We had to divvy that $35,000 to the players.
That is,
And of course, today's young ladies, they're playing for 130 million.
yeah,
So
which is amazing.
it is amazing, and it's great to see they deserve it. They've earned it. They've worked hard. So it's all good.
Next up, we have to talk about something that's been, talked about a lot lately is your nephew,
Yes.
Keegan. He is going to be the Ryder Cup captain for Team USA. I mean, and to have two people in a family be Solheim Cup and Ryder Cup captains, I mean, that's history right there. So how proud are you of him and to have played such a big part in his career? And I know he looks up to you, so how proud are you
Well,
of
I
him?
am extremely proud of Keegan. To think he is Ryder Cup captain. He's got a big decision coming up soon. I told him that whatever decision he makes will be the right one.
Yeah.
So I'm just so proud of him. And yes, when he called me and said, Pat, we've made history. We got a Ryder Cup captain and a Solheim Cup captain in the same family. It is just so rewarding. I know he'll do the right thing. He'll trust his process. He'll trust his vice captains. They'll keep a good eye on him. They'll watch his back. And I believe he'll bring the Ryder Cup home.
Yeah.
And his father, my brother Mark, his father taught him the fundamentals of the game, taught him his swing. But I believe that my career inside the ropes inspired him to want to be walking the big stage, which is the fairways of the PGA Tour. So it's just been a great journey for him. And as I say, I'm just so proud of him.
Do you remember the moment when he first got onto the PGA Tour?
Yes, he was, it was right out of college. He went through qualifying school. And he was so excited to be walking the fairways with, some of his mentors on tour,
sure.
like Phil Mickelson and Davis Love. He couldn't wait to walk those fairways. And, to see him with a bounce in his step and his club twirling.
Oh, yeah.
He's been doing that since he was a little boy.
Wow.
It's all very natural. It's all within him. So it's just a thrill to watch him do his thing now.
Definitely. Yeah, by the time this podcast comes out, we'll know if he'll be a playing captain or not. So I'm excited to find out.
I know it's going to be a big moment for him.
Yeah.
And I still don't know which way it's going to go. But whatever, it'll be the right one.
For sure. He'll make the right decision, no doubt. Well, reflecting back on your time as a Solheim Cup captain and also, playing, what do you think your favorite memory is from the Solheim Cup?
Well, it's been the first Solheim, which was in 1990 at Lake Nona.
Yep.
Nancy and I were teammates. We were a team. And we were kind of on the putting green getting ready to go to that first tee. And we were like talking back and forth to each other. Nancy would go, Pat, how do you feel? Well, Nancy, I'm a little nervous. This is our first go around.
Yeah.
We're not sure what's going to happen. And I said to Nancy, how do you feel? Well, I'm a little nervous too. And I said, well, Nancy, I'm a little odd at times. You're more even keel.
Yeah.
I can take odd, or you can take even. And that's how it happened. And I happened to hit the first tee shot in Solheim Cup history. And as I look back on it, it's so gratifying for me. We did not know what Solheim be. We were hoping it would mirror the Ryder Cup, which it has.
Oh, for sure.
It has become a premier women's tournament in golf, just like the Ryder Cup in the men's world. So, and to know that I hit the first tee shot, it's very rewarding.
That's amazing. Oh, how cool. That just gave me chills to think
Yes.
about. When we look, because this week we're at TPC Boston, which is an incredible venue. The venues over time have just gotten better and better and better. You know, we played Pebble Beach, we played St. Andrews, and we played those, or not Pebble Beach, but we played St. Andrews before. But how much does that speak to the growth of the game, and how amazing is it to see from your point of view playing at those big venues?
Well, I am excited that the LPGA and sponsors have gone that route because these young women, they mirror the PGA men.
Yeah.
They mirror in their work ethic, in their nutrition, in their swings, and so they can handle a golf course that was really built mainly for men.
Yeah.
TPC was built mainly for the men's game. Pebble Beach might have been built mainly for the men's game. But I am thrilled to see our young athletes have an opportunity to go to these iconic golf courses and show their skills and be tested and be able to play, take on this TPC without a problem.
For sure.
And it's a credit not only to their skill, to them as young athletes, but to the LPGA and the sponsor for taking that risk
Absolutely.
and putting the LPGA on the golf courses.
I was going to ask one more question.
Yeah.
And that is, if you could give, whether it's a young girl maybe wanting to play on the LPGA Tour one day, or even a player playing out there, what piece of advice would you give them?
I think the most important thing is to play within yourself. Find your support system. I had a great support system with my mom and my dad and my brothers. I had 5 brothers.
Wow.
They were great support system. They helped formulate my competitive spirit. So I think it's important to find, to get that support system. Also to find a coach and instructor that you can understand, that you believe in, that will enhance your swing, your game, and not try to change you.
Right.
So many years are lost. So much time is lost when you're trying to be a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And I think a young player, you need to find that core and trust it, and trust your swing, trust yourself, and you'll be fine.
I love it. Will we see you at the Ryder Cup?
I got my fingers crossed.
All right. I love it. Well, if you're there, I'll be there. So
Nice, Hope. All right.
Well, thank you so much, Pat, for doing this. This is amazing. This room is incredible. I encourage anyone to come out here and check it out because it's just awesome. So thanks for catching up with me. And yeah, go Team USA.
Thank you, Hope. Appreciate it. Thank you for your interest, and glad to be with you.
Thank you so much.